Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to JD Pokemuse. I've got another episode of what does a six-figure Pokemon card seller sell in a single day. I've got a huge video here today. I say huge because it has been a huge sale day yesterday. As you can see right in front of me, I have all the cards which I sold in the last 24 hours, or more precisely, all the cards which I sold on the 10th of August, Saturday the 10th of August, Australian time. Right now, as I'm recording this video, it is 6:40 AM on Sunday. So this is all the cards that I sold yesterday. I'm going to show you what I sold. I'm not going to separate them individually by orders. I'm just going to tell you the value of each card that I sold as I go, and at the end I will give you a total. Now if you saw the obviously when you clicked on this video you probably saw the thumbnail. So it was a pretty good day yesterday. I sold over $1,200 Australian in cards in total. So there is a lot to go through, and I'm going to show you every single card that I sold and their distinct value. Okay, so without further being said, let's get started. Alrighty, so let me just get all these cards. Alright, so the first card that was sold is this Master Ball Reverse Holo Mewtwo from Pokemon 151 Japanese set, and this card is in near mint to near mint plus condition, and this card was sold for $58 Australian. Now the next card is from the latest Japanese Pokemon set. It is from the set called Stellar Miracle. SV7 is the code, as you can see. This is the regular full art trainer Lacey, not the SAR. And this card I sold for $48.60 Australian. The next card is Magnemite. Is that Magnemite? Yes, Magnemite. Actually it's called Holland's Magnemite. Holland's Magnemite from Holland Research Tower 2005. The EX era, Japanese EX era. This card was sold for $10. This card is in near mint plus condition, very good condition. Next card, we're going back to the BW era. We have Zorak Holo from BW1. I think it's white collection or black collection. This card was sold for $5. Yes, so this card was sold for $5. Okay, moving on. We have four cards here, four gold cards from what do you call it? Shiny Treasure EX. So let's have a look at what these four gold cards are. So the first gold card is Koraidon EX. Then we have Qingpao. Then we've got Tinglu and Wu Chain. So these four cards are sold for about $11 to $12 each, and these four cards altogether were sold for $45. Next card here I have, it's the Steel Energy card from the Legend series. We got the Steelix Steel Energy card in near mint condition. This card was sold for about $12 Australian. Next we have the Milotic with a Holo Swell. This is from the 2005 Water Quarter Deck. It's a heavily played card. This card was sold for $14.40. Moving on, we have the Classic Collection Ivysaur from the Japanese Classic Collection Ivysaur from 2023, I think, last year. This card was sold for $10. It's a mint condition, box mint condition card. Next we have the Japanese Neo Premium File Set 2, I believe. It's a Typhlosion, medium play, slightly better than medium play. This card was sold for $16.20. Next we have the band artwork Magmortar from BW5. I think it's called Dragon Blast. Might be called Dragon Blast. This card is in light played condition, slightly above light played maybe. And I sold this card for $54 Australian. Next is another card. This is a Pokemon Center Metal Charm or Pin, if you want to call it. So this is from 2012, so it's a little older, harder to find. It's an Unknown A, and this was sold for $20 Australian. Moving on, as you can see, it's a Pikachu. We've got a 7-Eleven promo holographic version Pikachu with a fat swell right in the middle here. Right. So this is in light play condition, and I sold this card for $67 Australian. Next, we got one old school card here. No, two old school cards. Let's have a look. There's a one or two. I'm trying to feel like there's more than one. But yeah, so next we have a Dark Gyarados from Team Rocket 1997. Heavily played condition. This was sold for $10.35. Then we got a base set Raichu. Heavily played with a swell. This was sold for $13. So this was sold for $13. Next we got quite a big purchase. This is the Gold V-Star Universe Giratina and World Giratina V-Star UR. This is in light play to near mint condition, and this card was sold for $150 Australian. Next is a Amada Jr. 2006 sticker. This is Oddish. This sticker was sold for $12. Moving on, we've got some cards from the DP era. So let me just check how much I sold these individually for, just because there are some pricing differences. So some cards from the DP era. This is a Kindra from DP5 with a swell. Where's a swell? I'm just trying to find that swell. It's supposed to be a swell. Huh. Oh, here it is. Swell is up there. So Kindra from DP5. This was sold for $7. Now we've got a Uxie. It's one of the legendary Pokemons. Kind of a Harsfell on the top. This is in light play, medium play condition, sold for $5. Then we've got a EX Dragon Crowded, sold for $5. Medium played condition. And then we have a PT2 Flygon. Light played condition. This was sold for $6.50. And then we'll finish off with PT2 Jirachi. Beautiful card. Fantastic swell on the top right corner. This card was sold for $12. So, moving on. Next to pretty big purchases, some of the biggest purchases in yesterday's sales day. So we sold this Ante Full Art. About a light play condition Ante Full Art from BW4. This was sold for $100 Australian. And the next one, which is probably the biggest purchase, is this GB PSNI beautiful Game Boy promo Venusaur, Dark Venusaur to be exact. Waroi Fushigirari me. I can't pronounce the katakana name. The Trainer Magazine Dark Venusaur from 2001 PSA 9. This was sold for $300. Fantastic and beautiful card. Right, probably one of the best Venusaur, Dark Venusaur cards from the OG, from the older sets. So next is we got a Arceus from the Arceus movie set. It's a heavily played Arceus card. This was sold for $8. Then we've got a few vending cards. We've got the vending Electabuzz here from the old back glossy vending machine series. $7 for this Electabuzz. Another heavily played to medium played Clefairy. This is sold for $7. And we've got a Wigglytuff here as well, which was sold for $5. Also from the vending set. Okay, moving on. We've got a Detective Pikachu, Ludicolo. This is pack mint. This was sold for $2.70. These are quite common to find, so. And this is the last sale from my eBay yesterday. This is a Delta Fire type Kingdra from this set called Holland Phantom, where all the cards are Delta type. Probably one of the most intriguing sets from the EX era. And this card, medium condition, was sold for $23. Now moving on, I've got two more stacks cards which I sold privately yesterday. So I'm just going to pull up the pricing of these two cards so I can tell you how much I sold them for individually. Okay, just a second, guys. There we go. Alright. It's all here now. Just scroll this a bit up. Yep. Okay, here we go. So, next card is a Spirit Tome with a swell. So, the next batch of cards are a private purchase from a buyer who specifically was going for swell cards. So he bought about like 15-20 cards, maybe about 15 cards, all of them which have swell. So they're all going to look pretty amazing, I think. So this is a Spirit Tome from the DP5 era, Diamond and Pearl DP5. This card was sold for $18. So Spirit Tome with a swell. Then we've got a Neo Revelation Crobat. Once again, you've got a swell here. Right, light plate condition. This was sold for $19. Then we've got a Level X Collection Mewtwo Riolu mint condition with a swell, and this was sold for how much? $18. Now we've got a 2008 Trade Please Diamond and Pearl promo featuring Lopunny. Once again, beautiful swell on this card, and this was sold for $28. We've got an EX Walrein from Mirage Forest with a swell. Again, this card was sold for $38. Another EX from the Sandstorm set, 2003. One of the earliest EX sets with a swell. Whale Lord EX, and this card was sold for $54. Next is the PT4 Advent of Arceus. Beautiful swell on top of this Toxicroak. Yeah, Toxicroak Pokemon. This card was sold for $7. These are relatively cheap. Next one is from the Legend set. It's a Noctowl with a swell. Beautiful swell once again. Light plate card. This was sold for $9.50. Moving on, we've got a Giratina. Light plate Giratina from DP5. This card's got a swell as well. I'm just trying to find where the swell is. Might be hard to see from certain. There you go. It's on the bottom left corner, as you can see. There's a swell over here. Now this card was sold for $13. Yep. And finally, this is a Dustox. It's from Ruby and Sapphire, one of the earliest EX sets. Swell right here on the top. Sold this card for $15. Then we've got a Heart Gold. Yep, Heart Gold Arcanine, light plate condition, swelled to the left here. This was sold for $24. Second last card is a Raycow. It's one of the free box topper cards from the Legend Special set. You've got a swell over here. This is in slightly above light plate condition, and this was sold for $32. And the final and last card from yesterday's sales is this Palkia Level X with a swell right up here. This card was sold for, let's have a look. This was sold for $42 Australian. So, now for this private sale, because, and this is for all of you guys as well who are interested in purchasing from me. Now, because the buyer did want to, take this purchase off eBay, I did give him a bit of a discount. So usually, if you bulk buy from me, I can probably offer you 10 to 15% discount through eBay. But if you want to purchase privately, just shoot me an email through Instagram, and I'm happy to offer you about 20% discount and potentially more, depending on how much you're getting. So, anyways, that brings us to the end of how much does a six-figure Pokemon card store selling a single day. And so altogether, the total of all of these cards that I sold from yesterday, which is Saturday the 10th of August, the total comes to, it should be on your screen right now, it is $1,291.98 Australian. So if you want to do the conversion to your local currency, just go to Google and just, it's simple. Anyways, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe and like, and I'll have a lot more content coming out in the next week. I have a lot of mail day content, in fact, coming very soon. So thanks again for tuning in, guys, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.